Namaste everyone. So let us start this video with question number 24, and there is one more question, that is 25. So in this video I am going to explain question 24, 25 and extra very important questions, two questions, that is about leap year and non-leap year. So first let me start with 24th question. Given a die is thrown twice. Already I told in the previous video that a die throwing twice or two dice throwing once is of same experiment. So when you throw a die twice, the number of outcomes already we discussed 36. The sample space I have written. What is the probability that he is asking? 5 will not come up either time. 5 will come up at least once. So let us see the sample space. Already explained you. This is the sample space regarding when you throw a die twice. So already I told you total number of outcomes is 36. You can see here total number of outcomes 36. And what is asking? Number of outcomes 5 will come up either time. Before we go for probability, let us count how many outcomes 5 will come up either time. 5 will come up either time means it may come in first die or it may come in second die. That is the meaning of that. 5 will come up either time. Nothing but 5 will come up at least once or either time. Both are same. That is either in the first die or in the second die. So that we have to count now. So there are 11. So let us look at in the sample space. You can see here 5 1, 5 2, 5 3, 5 4, 5 5, 5 6 and this column. This row and this column. If you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This already I counted 8, 9, 10, 11. So 5 will come up either time. It can come in first throw or it can come in second throw. So these are possible outcomes. That is there are 11 possible outcomes. Then we want number of outcomes opposite to this. That is 5 will not come up either time. Means what? Total 36 minus 11. That is 25. So very simply ask two questions. Find the probability 5 will not come up either time. That is 25 by 36. And the next 5 will come up at least once. Concentrate. 5 will come up at least once or 5 will come up either time. Both are same. That is 11 by 36. So next question is question number 25. The last question of this exercise. Which of the following arguments are correct and which are not correct? Give reasons for your answer. First argument he has given. If two coins are tossed simultaneously, there are three possible outcomes. 2 heads, 2 tails or 1 of each. Therefore, for each of these outcomes, the probability is 1 by 3. So whether is it true or wrong? Let us justify the first question. So when we throw two coins or when we toss two coins, what happens? The sample space is HH, TT, HT, TH. Therefore, there are total outcomes is 4. But in the question he has given 3. Concentrate. HT and TH are different. They are not same. Why? Because this H comes from first coin and this is from second coin. So here also T is from first coin and H is from second coin. So treat these two as distinct, different. So the sample space is this and total number of outcomes is 4. But he has given for each of this the probability is 1 by 3. But it is wrong, false, because number of outcomes are 4. So it will be 1 by 4. So if they ask question 2 heads, it is 1 by 4. 2 tails, 1 by 4, like that. So what he has given 1 by 3 is wrong. It is 1 by 4. Why? Because total number of outcomes is 4. And the next question, if a die is thrown, before we discussed about coin, now in the second question is discussing about die. when a die is thrown, means when one die is thrown, there are two possible outcomes, an odd number or an even number. Just once you think, in a die there are 6 outcomes, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So from 1 to 6 they are either odd or even. So what he said is correct, an odd or even. Therefore, the probability of getting an odd number is 1 by 2. So let us justify this. So what he has given is true. So why it is true? Total number of outcomes is 6. So you know that in a die there are 6 outcomes, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So probability of odd number, how many odd numbers you can see? One is 1, next odd number is 3 and next is 5. So 1, 3, 5, 3 outcomes, that is 3 by 6, 1 by 2. Next, probability of an even number, that is 2, 6 and 4. So there are 3 even numbers. Answer is 3 by 6, 1 by 2. So in the question also he has given probability of getting an odd number is 1 by 2. Yes, it is true. So what he has given, probability of an odd number is 1 by 2 and also probability of even number is also 1 by 2. So with this we completed the chapter, that is probability, all exercise questions, and along with this I want to discuss 2 more extra questions that is very important, that is about leap year and non-leap year questions, which you are not come across these questions in your textbook. So concentrate. Almost every year this questions repeats. So it is about leap year and non-leap year concept. First question, what is the probability that a leap year selected at random will contain 53 Sundays? So let me repeat. What is the probability that a leap year selected at random will contain 53 Sundays? So once, instead of Sundays, he may ask Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday or Saturday. But answer remain same, that you remember. Whatever day he asks, but with 53 Sundays or 53 Mondays or 53 any day, the answer remains same. The procedure or calculation is everything same. And we know that number of days in a leap year is 366. So as you know that every week has 7 days. So if you multiply 52 into 7, we get 364. 52 weeks into 7 days, we multiply, we get 364. So out of 366 days, we have 364 days, means every week has one Sunday. According to this year, every week has Sunday. Like that, 52 weeks have one Sunday, means every week has one Sunday. So all 52 weeks has one Sunday. What are the remaining days remain from 366? When you subtract 364, 2 days are remaining. So this no need to count now, because this already every week has one Sunday. So this is balanced now. The remaining 2 days, how it will be? So just the remaining 2 days can be, the possibilities we have to write. That is, it may be Sunday, Monday, Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday. So these will be the possibilities for remaining 2 days. So if you count, total number of outcomes is 7. And as he has given that 53 Sundays. So first let us see here where we have Sunday. So you can see Sunday, Monday, and here Saturday, Sunday. So out of 7 possibilities, Sunday will come in 2 possibilities. That is Sunday, Monday, Saturday, Sunday. So probability of a leap year contain 53 Sundays equal to 2 by 7. So I already said you, any day, even if they ask 53 Monday also, the answer remains 2 by 7. So any day in a leap year, the answer is 2 by 7. So next question is, what is the probability that a non-leap year selected at random will contain 53 Sundays? So here also, instead of Sunday, you may ask any day. The calculation and the answer remains same. So number of days in a non-leap year is what? 365. And similarly, 52 into 7, because 52 weeks into 7, is nothing but 364. 365 minus 64 if you do, 1 day is remaining. So the remaining 1 day can be, so possibilities are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So these are the 7 possibilities. So out of 7 possibilities, how many times you are getting Sunday here? Only once. So that is probability of a non-leap year contain 53 Sundays is 1 by 7. So instead of Sunday, even if they ask 53 Saturday or Monday, the answer is 1 by 7. So for a leap year, probability is 2 by 7, and for a non-leap year, the probability is 1 by 7. So with this, we completed the topic probability with exercise questions and along with some extra questions. So more concentrate on extra questions whatever I teach you. Thank you.